Hello my babies and welcome back to my channel. It is your favorite online big sister. I am here, ladies, because y'all said y'all want to glow up. Y'all said 2026 is y'all year. I hear you. You are ready to glow up. You just got out that breakup. You just left that toxic job. You just moved from that city. You finally left your parents' house. You are ready to glow up. You are ready for the next level. I feel you. I got you. I hear you. This is your 2026 glow up guide, baby.
Girl pant up, me run this. Them can't stop, can't head so high, ground can't drop.
There are levels to glowing up, and we're gonna go over those levels, baby. We're gonna go over all those levels. You want to glow up? I got you. We're gonna do it together, okay? Because 2026 is my year too. You know, 2025 it was a lot of responsibility. It was a lot of life. I had to tend to my family. I moved from Las Vegas to Houston after almost 10 years in Vegas. I'm originally from New York. I was born in Jamaica. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica. Grew up in the Bronx and lived in Orlando for a little bit between, you know, childhood and adulthood, and then lived in Las Vegas, moved there for a job, and stayed there for almost 10 years, and then moved to the South so that my baby can be in a more family-friendly environment. Las Vegas isn't that. When I moved there, I was a single girl, no kids. I was in my 20s, couldn't tell me nothing, honey, okay? And Vegas was the place. But as I became a mother, I also became my mother's caretaker. And so I just needed a place and a space that was more conducive to that. But anyways, 2025, it was a lot of that for me. It was a lot of just, how do I get this train on the track? How do I, you know, rise to meet all of my responsibilities? How do I make sure everyone around me that I'm responsible for taking care of is taken care of? And how do I also take care of myself in the meantime? I didn't balance all of that perfectly, but since I do have things a bit more ironed out, a bit more smooth now, I can begin to focus on that. And the last quarter of 2025, I started to focus on my health, my fitness. I started to change my diet up. Started working with a nutritionist, which is a life hack. We're going to go over that because you need a nutritionist, right? Forget about these 6-week programs and these generic ChatGPT meal plans. You need a nutritionist who is looking at your labs, who's looking at your numbers, and is feeding you and creating meal plans. Not feeding you, feeding yourself, but creating a plan that is specifically for you and what your body needs so that you can get your health on track, girl. Because the way that millennials are developing health issues that usually, you know, our parents weren't developing until their 50s, 60s, we're developing those things in our 30s, and a big part of it is our diet and environments and lifestyles. Anyways, let's get into the video. I have my list right here. I'm reading it off my phone, honey. So the first thing I have on this list is health and fitness. Health and fitness. Health is wealth, not to be corny, but health is truly wealth, y'all. Like, get your health and fitness down. If you have let yourself go, if you have gone off the wagon, get yourself back on the wagon. Get a fitness program down. Even if it's just you're starting off walking, you're starting off jumping rope. I jump rope for 20 minutes every morning on an empty stomach. So I do fasted cardio overnight so that by the time I wake up, and it's been 12-15 hours since I ate last, my body's in a fasted state. My body is now in ketosis, and so you lose weight, you drop the fat much quicker than if you worked out or did cardio at the end of the day. That's just my personal thing. I do fasted cardio in the morning, and I drop the weight so fast when I do it that way. Whenever I used to have like photo shoots coming up, or I used to have anything coming up, my birthday, I would do that, and my stomach would be gone in like 2 weeks, okay? And my stomach is my problem area. When I gain weight, that's where I gain it. And when I lose weight, that's where I lose it. So that's a good thing about that. Get your health on point. Stop rolling the dice with your health. Stop feeling like time is on my side. I'm young. I don't have any health issues, because I promise you, it will sneak up on your ass. Some of us are dealing with insulin resistance, PCOS, all of these things, and some of us might know we're dealing with it, and some of us don't even know. We just know that our bodies are not doing what we wanted to do, and we're not feeling good in our bodies, and a lot of that is because our health and fitness is not so much about just looking good and your body being T. That's a side effect. You should get your health on point for you. You need to feel good in your body and get your fitness on point. A lot of us have low confidence about the way that we look when we literally can do something about it. You're not wheelchair bound and there's nothing you can do, right? Like, a lot of you guys are just lazy. You don't want to go work out. You don't want to spend 30 minutes on yourself, because what does your screen time say? For a lot of the girls who like, I don't have time to work out, I can't make, what does your screen time say? You don't have to go get a gym membership. You don't have to go out of your way to drive to the gym and wait for the machine to be available, because that might take up a lot of time and it might even overstimulate you, right? But you can do it at home. I work out at home. You can do a 20-minute workout video, a 30-minute workout video. You can hit the jump rope for 20 minutes. You know, you can get like a little yoga mat. For my yoga mat is right there, right? I lay it out right here. I turn this TV on to my workout program and I do my workout in the house. I do plan on getting a gym membership this year though, because I told y'all 2026 is my year for real. And so get on top of your health and fitness. I don't want to hear nothing about y'all feeling insecure about y'all weight, about y'all, you know, your clothes don't fit you no more. Do not go out there and buy bigger clothes. Don't go out there, I can't fit my smalls no more, so I'm gonna go and buy, or I can't fit my mediums, I'm gonna go buy a large, extra large. Absolutely not. Keep them low ass clothes and let that be motivation for you to get back to the weight that you're comfortable with, right? I have not so many of my clothes. Even this, I know, that's how I know I'm doing good. Like, this is a 2-piece set from Fashion Nova. See, I got the pants with me. Okay, I got the pants. It's so cute. The set did not fit. I could not get the set up. I could not get it zipped. It's zipped. It's up. It fits, right? Why? Because I stopped being lazy and I started working out. I stopped being lazy and making excuses and giving excuses to myself and allowing excuses for myself. And I got out there and I jumped that rope. Okay, and I hit them ab workouts and I got on top of my nutrition. Okay, we're not going to be spending 2026 in poor health and bodies that we don't love and we feel uncomfortable in. We're not doing that. We are getting to it. Get you a workout regimen going. Commit to 30 or 60 days. And just that sometimes we don't do it because we think, oh my gosh, like this is going to take forever. And we're thinking about the future. Can I stick to it in the future? But give yourself just 30 days. Say, hey, I'm going to do a 30-day challenge. Because the thing is, once you get used to working out, after those 30 days are up, you're going to continue. You're going to continue because you're going to get used to it. You're going to feel good. The endorphins are flowing. You're feeling better. That depression is lifting. Okay? For my seasonal depression girlies, the depression begins to lift when you start to work out. And so health and fitness, that should be number one for your 2026 glow up guide. It's not about just the skincare and body care. We're going to get to that next. Health and fitness. Get on a fitness regimen. Even if all you have capacity and time for right now is 20-minute jump rope in the morning, start with that and add things as you go. When you come home in the evening, you can do a 10-minute ab workout video. You can do a HIIT video, but prioritize your health and your fitness. Stop being lazy about your health. Get into a body you love before summer. Okay, get into a body you love. Your confidence is going to go through the roof, I promise you. Now, the second phase of your 2026 glow up is skin and body care. Get your skin on a regimen. Stop treating your skin bad. Stop washing your face with soap or just a gentle cleanser and keep it moving. Get a regimen going, right? Find the serum that works for you. Is it a hyaluronic acid serum? Is it a vitamin C serum? Is it retinol? Is it retinoid? Right? Find a system for your skin that works for you. Get a referral from your doctor for a dermatologist and have them analyze your skin. Get in with an esthetician and get your skin on a system. Get your skin on a system. Schedule your monthly facials and start getting facials. So many of us are a certain age and we've never had a facial. I speak to women all the time and they're like, oh my God, like I'm 40 and I've never had a facial, right? And so treat yourself, right? You can start off with just quarterly facials and then you can graduate to monthly facials, and facials can get expensive. And so you might not be able to afford monthly or weekly or bi-weekly, but at least once a quarter, make sure you put that money to the side and say, hey, I'm going to treat myself to a facial. I'm going to treat myself to a hydrofacial. I'm going to treat myself to a deep cleanse for my face. I'm going to treat myself to somebody else servicing and pampering me, because that is another thing. A lot of us, we're not used to being serviced and pampered aside from when we go out to eat and the waiter comes over and they serve us. But other than that, we don't put ourselves in environments where we are being pampered, where we are being served, where we are being treated like queens, honey. And so it feels unnatural. We don't know how to demand that when we date or anything like that, because we don't treat ourselves like that. And so it feels foreign when someone treats us like that. And it feels like an injustice or unfair when we require that of other people, because we're not giving it to ourselves. But when you begin to give that level of care and attention and investment to yourself, it's going to be so much harder to accept just bare minimum, low effort, just low intentions. It's going to be very hard to accept that. The reason why it's so easy for you to accept that now is because you're not giving it to yourself. Get on a skincare routine. Get on a body care routine. Begin exfoliating your skin. Start using a body brush. Body brush before you get into the shower. Use exfoliating gloves when you shower. Invest in an exfoliating body wash when you shower, right? Don't just use them Dove bar soaps and keep it moving. When I take a shower, it takes such a long time because I start off with an antibacterial cleanser from Dove. Then I go in with an exfoliating cleanser. Then I do a body polish with a sugar scrub. I use a vanilla sugar scrub. Vanilla is my personal favorite scent. Most of the things that I wear under my lotions and perfumes are vanilla based. But that's my routine. It's an antibacterial wash. It's a chemical exfoliating wash. And I also use exfoliating gloves and exfoliating sponges and all of the things. And also a body polish, a sugar body polish, right? And then I also make sure that I'm using a stone on my feet. So I'm like always hitting my heel with a pumice stone, making sure that my heel is smooth. All of this goes down in the shower, baby. Okay, I come out feeling like a stick of butter. All right, and so get on a skin and body care routine. Get your face on a facial routine. If you've never had a facial, schedule a facial. It doesn't have to be a birthday. It doesn't have to be a special occasion. Go ahead and schedule that facial with your local spa, local esthetician, and just allow yourself an hour of just straight up being just pampered. You deserve it. Third phase of your 2026 glow up is going to be elevating your mindset, your reading, right? This is something that I do not see on a lot of these glow up guides, on a lot of these glow up lists. And so much of why we can't glow up or level up or elevate or whatever you want to call it is because our mindset. So much of us, we're stuck in these mindsets that reinforce this belief that we're really not worth that investment, or I don't have time for that, or it's a waste of time. Especially if you grew up in an environment like I didn't grow up in a family of women that went to the spa and got massages and did facials. I grew up in a family of Jamaican women that worked very hard, and whenever a woman would do those things, it would almost be seen like it was a waste. Like it almost seemed like she wasn't taking life seriously enough, or she was somehow in her own way if she was too self-invested, or she wasn't working hard enough. And so it reinforced a lot of beliefs in me that me taking care of myself was somehow a bad thing. Like me taking care of myself was somehow neglecting all the other things I had to take care of. And if I invested too much time in myself, I wasn't invested enough in the things that were serious, the things that I had to be invested in. Like people in my family, the women in my family, they took way better care of their homes. Like the homes were clean, the homes were beautiful. But again, like I don't think my mom has ever gotten a facial. And actually I need to schedule facials for us now that I think about it. Like I don't think my mom has ever gotten a facial or a massage or anything. I just didn't grow up seeing that, nor did I grow up being told that that was a good thing. If anything, I was almost discouraged from doing it because it just seemed like this vain thing to do. And so if you grew up in an environment where you didn't see women doing it, or you were somehow guilted if you started to rest too much, if you started to self-invest too much, you were made to feel like you were doing something wrong or selfish or narcissistic because you are self-invested. And so a lot of that is mindset shifting, getting into a place where I am worthy of these things. I do deserve these things, and I'm going to normalize these things for myself. Reading more books, right? Reading more self-help books, learning how to get out of your own way, right? There's a book called The Mountain Is You, and I listened to the audiobook, and that book is about self-sabotage. It's about getting out of your own way. It's about getting out of the way of your ability to achieve things and do things and be things that you've always wanted to be, but you have these deeper mindsets that are telling you, oh no, don't do that. Oh no, that's wrong. Oh no, something is going to break in your life if you spend too much time and focus on yourself, right? The Mountain is You is a really, really great book for people who deal with a lot of self-sabotaging thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. And so if that's you, if it's really difficult for you to invest in yourself because it has been put into your mind that you're doing a bad or wrong thing, then mindset is something that you want to work on this year. Start reading more books. Challenge yourself to read more books. This depends on your capacity and time, right? You might have one book a month in you, or you might be like, hey, I'm really, really busy. I only have one book a quarter. But be honest with how much time you have for reading. If you tell yourself you don't have time to read, do you really not have time to read, or do you just don't want to read, don't like to read? And you can also get into audiobooks. Get you an Audible subscription and listen to books. You can listen during your commute. You can listen during your workout instead of listening to music. There's so many ways that you can open up your mind and expand your mind, expand your perspective, your thinking by reading and consuming book materials, even if, again, you're not physically reading the book. But start expanding your mind through reading and stories and other people's experiences and perspectives and wisdom. Lean on the information that is in book. A lot of women have a hard time having conversations and being interesting or interested when they're having conversations with people because y'all just don't read, right? And so read more. And again, we have to go back to look at your screen time. If you say that you don't have time to read, what does your screen time say? I bet you your screen time says you have time to read, even if it's just 10 pages a day or 30 minutes of reading a day. But begin prioritizing reading in the new year. That is a major way to glow up intellectually and mentally. You don't want to skip that part. It's not just about aesthetics and how you look. It's really about a mind elevation as well, because that's what's going to really open up the doors for you, because how you look and how you level that up, that might get you in the room. But once you're in the room and you can't hold a conversation, you don't really know a lot of things, you're very limited in your thinking and your perspectives, you're not going to really get very far, right? And so adding more reading, it not only makes you more interesting with dating, but also with career, with clients, with when you're making new friends, right? When you're joining new groups and you're connecting with people, reading more books is really what's going to make it so you have that mind glow up as well as the physical glow up. The next phase of your glow up for 2026 is social hobbies. Get a social hobby, not just a hobby, right? Get a hobby that puts you around people. Get a hobby that puts you around interesting people, that puts you around people that are living intentional lives, that are living active lives, that are living interesting lives, right? Get a social hobby. Get something that makes you talk to people that you don't know, that makes you have to socialize with people that you don't know. Not something that's going to keep you in the house and isolate you further and make it so you're this like one-man band making your way through life. Pick hobbies that puts you around people and forces you to actually have conversations, right? A run club is a great place. A pickleball club is a great place. Anything that like is a team sport that makes you partner up with people, team up with people, that has icebreakers. Join a social club. A lot of cities now have social clubs. A lot of cities have clubs where you can get together and they do different activities. Maybe every couple weeks they might do a hike together, and then the next time they get together they might do pickleball, and the next time they get together they might do a sip and paint or a pottery class. But there's a lot of social clubs in a lot of cities where you can get together with women who are also trying to make new friends, who are also trying to lead more interesting lives, who are also trying to get out of the house, so they're not just going home to work. That's how a lot of us end up in these low emotional states, and we think it's depression, and it's really not. It's just the effects of social isolation. So lead a more intentional social life where you're going out and you're meeting and you're mingling and you're mixing with people who are at the same stage as you, where they want to get out and they want to meet more people that are just living more intentional lives, right? You can't just keep doing everything by yourself and wonder why you feel a little lonely and depressed sometimes. So get a social hobby, and that is what's going to lead to your social glow up. And the final phase of your 2026 glow up is developing your signature look, developing your personal style if you don't already have one, right? It took me a while to develop my personal style, but now I feel like my personal style is kind of like, and I feel like I'm going to work on my personal style again this year, but I feel like my personal style, it's very professional and chic and elevated and a little bit sexy, right? I do like to keep it a little bit sexy, although I do want to kind of peel it back a little bit for 2026. I am feeling a bit more inclined to go a bit more modest for the year, but my personal style, I would say it's very like grown woman chic, sexy without doing way too much, and just still a little bit elevated and professional, and still, you know, we grown over here. And so figure out what your personal style is. You can make a mood board on Pinterest so you can see, okay, what look do I want? Do I want to do like a professional, sexy, chic situation? Are we doing corsets with pants and blazers? Are we doing pastel colored floral? Like, how are we really developing our signature looks? What are we going for, right? Is it more of a fitted look? Is it more of a structured pieces? Are we doing really bold elements? Are we doing organza pieces? How are we wearing bright colors? Are we in our all black era? Like, how are we doing our signature look? And so figure out what that looks like for you, what that feels like for you, how comfortable you are. But 2026, elevate your personal style. Create a signature look that you can return to over and over again, so you're not overthinking every outfit. If your style is really unique and off the wall, embrace that. Embrace that. So you don't have to, this is not the only way to show up in the world in a way that's a bit more grown woman, right? There's a lot of ways to do that, but find what that is for you. Develop a signature look. Create your capsule wardrobe, and let me know if you guys want me to do a video about creating your capsule wardrobe. But yeah, you can start with your capsule wardrobe and then build on your wardrobe. You can start with a few staple pieces. You can start with about 5 to 8 staple pieces that you mix and match, and then start off with your capsule and then build from there. Investing in quality pieces as well, right? A lot of y'all are still just Shein with it, Amazon fashion with it, Pretty Little Thing with it. Although Pretty Little Thing has stepped her game up, right? I'm not mad at her. I've seen her new stuff and I really like her. I feel like Pretty Little Thing, she's kind of transitioning with us, and I like that. I like that she's like, hey, this is how we're dressing now, instead of just kind of staying committed to, you know, how it started. But anyways, invest in some quality pieces. Invest in some quality shoes. Stop wearing these cheap ass shoes that the heels be bending on you and breaking on you. Invest in quality shoes. Invest in stilettos. Learn how to walk in stilettos. Chunky shoes, those chunky heels. Oh, my feet hurt. Oh, my knees. That's what that fitness is going to help you do. That fitness is going to help those knees feel better, help those ankles feel more stable so you can walk in heels better. But invest in a stiletto. Stop with those chunky shoes. Stop with those church girl shoes. Stop with those frumpy church shoes. Okay? Get you some stilettos. Learn how to walk in some heels. Elevate your shoes. Elevate your looks. Invest in some pieces. Invest in a really, really nice clutch. Invest in some really good black pumps. Invest in some really good nude open toe shoes, some heels. Invest in just really key pieces that you know you can return to over and over again, and you can have it for a couple years. You can take it to the cleaners, and then with your filler pieces, you can kind of get it from wherever. You can do your high and low mix, but you want it to be a high and low mix. You don't want it to be all low, right? You want to have a high and low mix. So make sure that you're investing in quality pieces. Make sure that you are investing in quality shoes, and you're investing in quality bags. You don't have to go and buy no damn $2,000 Celine bag. That's not what I'm saying. But invest in a quality leather bag that you can wear almost every day, and then you can kind of build on your quality pieces as you grow and as your budget allows. But if you're usually a cheap clothes girl, get your first like expensive piece this year. The Outnet is a really, really great place for getting like really high-end designer items for like 60, 70, 80% off. I got a Helmut Lang dress from the Outnet one time for $60. $60 for a Helmut Lang dress, right? And so the Outnet is a real great place for that. I got it from the Outnet. And so you don't have to break the bank to invest in your quality designer pieces, but begin adding quality pieces to your wardrobe this year if you haven't already. And that is my glow up guide for 2026. I hope it helped. We are not glowing up just physically. We're not glowing up just our appearance. We are glowing up, honey. We're glowing up our minds. We are glowing up socially. We are glowing up physically, yes. And we are glowing up emotionally. And so make sure that you are not just putting all the stress and pressure on your physical glow up, and you are doing a 360 glow up. The whole woman is glowing up. The whole woman is leveling up. So you want to make sure that that's where you're at, okay? So if you're not subscribed, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, like, comment, all the things that we love, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.